About an hour southwest of Roswell on dirt country roads is Burntwell Guest Ranch. And you'll know you have arrived when you begin to hear the pounding of horses' hooves in the distance. It has all the makings of a classic western. Windmills silhouetted on the desert's horizon, sun rays shining through the dust being kicked up by the horses. But distinguishing Burntwell from other dude ranches is it is a working cattle ranch. And as a guest, you'll have the opportunity to take part in the activities necessary to keep the ranch in operation. You are not playing a cowboy, you have the chance to truly become one while you're here.
We're going to go out here and gather these cows out of this pasture, and we're going to move them across into a smaller pasture. Do you know what a flight zone is? You're going to have to get around and cut that cow out and bring them back down this way. But that's what we're going to be doing. Is there any questions?
Well, I guess I won't know if I'm up for it until I've tried it. So after a brief lesson, it's time for me to test my skills. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous if I'm up to the task. That task being to move the cattle into another section of the ranch. We split up so we can come at the cows from two different angles, surrounding them and moving them to the desired location. And just like clockwork, the cows begin to migrate under our direction. This is all prep for tomorrow's work, which will be getting the cattle into pens where we'll be doing pregnancy tests and vaccinations on the females. I may have yet to earn my spurs, but riding on the open range is certainly reward enough.
You've done a great job, Teague.
Thank you.
Back at the homestead, Patricia is preparing a chuck wagon style dinner, complete with homemade peach cobbler heated by coals in the Dutch oven. And while she tends to our meal, we all have a chance to unwind and to get to know one another out of the saddle. At the close of my first day, I already have an appreciation for this way of life. Up with the sunrise, I grab a word with the Chessers about the experience here on their ranch.
We're helping to get some people to see just a little glimpse into what actually ranch life is. That's sometimes a lot different than what they have pictured in their mind,
Right.
of what they've read in the books.
Being someone who's only ridden on trails, the freedom of having such open pasture and just being able to just trot through the landscape, and also the aspect of working the cattle. When you're in it, you just think of it as work, but when you come as an outsider, I know for me, there's this almost this sort of meditation you have to be in to be present with the horses and with the cattle. When we're in the pen, like you're trying to figure out how to separate the cows, it's a very intuitive thing, but then the maneuverability of moving your course that way, it was akin to like playing football for me. You know, you have to look and read what's happening. You have to be super present. There we go. It's like reading a quarterback.
A lot of people come here and they think they can go chase cows and they want to do everything fast. But I tell them, I said, well, let's do this slow, because stress is terrible on animals. And we want to try to work all of our cattle with the least amount of stress that we can. They're making a living for us. And so when they're hurting, we're concerned. We just want to get through all of this with our livestock in the least amount of stress that we can have.
Working with these ranchmen has certainly opened my eyes to the care that goes into their work.
We've had people come here that just looked at how we tended to the cattle, and
they're blown away at the tenderness of these cowboys with their livestock.
Okay, Michael, we're ready for you on this.
But my biggest mind-blowing moment? Feeling a calf inside of a womb.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Almost the size of a little cottontail.
Wow, yeah.
Just floating in fluid. Right,
Yep.
Good.
Wow. Never say never.
It's after the third day that they start to relax, because they are so tied up with their jobs at home
Right.
that it takes some time for them
Unwind
to
it.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
like the third day is the magic day because that's when your soreness leaves, but that's also when their walls come down
Right.
and they get recentered. That's pretty cool to watch. It's fun to watch the walls come down.
And then the sunset and the sky, you would definitely remember those moments.
It meets some needs in people that they don't realize they even have.
Truer words have not been spoken. This is the stuff cowboy poetry is made of. So on that note, over the trail let me gallop away, make me a cowboy again for a day. When planning your trip to Burntwell, keep in mind their 3-day minimum. If you want more private quarters, opt for the casita, but the bunkhouse is where you'll find the fun and the chocolate chip cookies.